Hey, everybody. I figured since we're doing a Christmassy type thing that I would sit by Brian's tree. I know it's our tree, but we're a house divided because I am a white lights person and Brian is a colored lights person. So we have two trees. We have one in our den, which is where I am right now. And the other is in our front window. And this tree behind me is like our family tree. We have like all the different ornaments and stuff that we have together as a family. And then the one in the front is like the super fancy ones that, no one's allowed to touch. But so that was just a little, explanation. And then, of course, our stockings are hung by the chimney with care. So I was thinking about what to do, and I thought I would talk about Advent. Advent was something that I didn't really grow up with, and I didn't really know what it was. If I'm being honest, I still didn't know this year. Like I knew sort of what it meant, but I didn't think it was something that we celebrated. But so I had to look it up, and it's usually a 4-week season, 4 weeks out of the season before Christmas that leads up to Christmas, and it like focuses on like a particular like theme, like a Bible theme. And I had to look them up because I wasn't 100% sure if I remembered all of them. So week 1 is hope, week 2 is peace, week 3 is joy, and week 4 is love. And if any of you guys celebrate at your churches, you'll notice that there's like 3 purple candles, a pink candle, and then the white candle is normally called the Christ candle. So the first week I wanted to, obviously, it just started on Sunday. So I figured I would just do Advent this year. Oh my gosh. This week and talk about, 4 different, topics on hope and peace and joy and love. So this week we will talk about hope a little bit. And so I just wanted to read this. So it says there are 3 purple and 1 pink candle on an Advent wreath to symbolize the 4 weeks of Advent. The 3 purple candles represent prayer, penance, and preparation, while the single pink or rose candle is lit on the 3rd Sunday, known as, I can't read that, and that's joy. And then obviously Christ is the white one. I don't know if that helps you at all, but I just thought it was good. We started doing an Advent devotional where you read, I believe it's in Luke, you'll read a couple of chapters leading up to the story of Jesus's birth. So I wanted to talk on hope today, and you're going to get this a day early because my best friends and my cousin are coming to visit tomorrow. So I won't have time to do my video. So I'm going to do it a little early. So, and what better time to talk about hope than on my birthday, because today is my birthday. And it was a great day. And, I can only hope that the rest of my years are just as good as the ones that I've had so far. They have definitely been full of many blessings and trials and ups and downs and, hard times and great times and amazing memories. And, I'm very blessed to have had the 45 years that I have, full of amazing people and experiences and love. So, so happy birthday to me. But yeah, so I was looking up Psalms is usually the easiest if you're looking for a specific like emotion or feeling, because there's like a psalm for everything. And so I'm going to read Psalm 130 today. That's actually one of the ones that was recommended for the Advent season. So I'm going to read Psalm 130. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then I'll pray and we'll be done. So Psalm 130 starts saying, "From the depths of despair, O Lord, I call for your help. Hear my cry, O Lord. Pay attention to my prayer. Lord, if you kept a record of our sins, who, O Lord, could ever survive? But you offer forgiveness that we might learn to fear you." Not fear like in I'm afraid of you, like a reverence. "I'm counting on the Lord. Yes, I'm counting on him. I have put my hope in his word. I long for the Lord more than centuries long for the dawn. Yes, more than centuries long for the dawn." I don't know why it repeats that, but it does. "O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is unfailing love. His redemption overflows. He himself will redeem Israel from every kind of sin." I thought of, some of that was like, huh? But, there are going to be times when we are at low points. When you are hoping for something, it's obviously something you don't have. And it's not like a wish so much, but it's more like a longing. Like, I hope I get this job, or I hope this person pulls through, or it's like a desire. And it usually comes not always at a low point, but a lot of times when we're at low points, or when it doesn't seem like you might get whatever it is, there's that hope. And there are times where, you're going to be at your lowest. And for those who struggle with depression and things of, mental health related things, it's sometimes really hard to be hopeful in difficult situations because you just don't see a way out. And relating to the Bible times, like at this point, Israel was at one of the lowest points. Like, they felt like God had stopped talking to them. Like, he wasn't communicating. They were in slavery. They felt like they were never going to get out of the mess that they had made for themselves. But there was hope. And sometimes hope is all we have. And I've been in situations where I didn't know if I was going to be able to not make it out alive, but like was I ever going to move forward? Was I, going through my divorce, was I ever going to be happy? Was it always going to be painful? Was it always going to be sad? Things like that. And without hope, it can kill a spirit so quickly. And it's so important that we do not put our hope in things like tangible things. I don't want to put my hope in the stock market or the government or a political leader or anything of that nature, because those things are tangible and there's no substance to them. You're putting your faith in imperfect things, than things that are gone tomorrow, here today, gone tomorrow. But to put your hope in the Lord, I'll admit, is sometimes very scary. It sometimes feels like, is he really going to come through? Like, there's been times where I'm like, are you even listening, God? Like, do you hear me? Like, do you see the pain I'm in? Like, I'm struggling. Like, have you forgotten about me? And we have to remember at those times that sometimes the Lord is doing things for, I mean, he's always, not sometimes, that his plan is perfect, and he doesn't work in our time. It's in his time. And if there's, I always tell people God answers 3 ways. It's yes, no, or wait. And the waiting is the hard part. And I feel like at the moment I'm kind of in a waiting period, because we as a family thought we were going to be moving in a specific direction, and that plan didn't work out the way we thought. And now we are waiting for the Lord to tell us our next steps. And while we're in that waiting period, we're just happily serving where we're at, and we are being patient, and we are learning and growing, and enjoying the calm before the storm. But it's good to have hope. It's good to know that things will get better, even if that means it has to get worse to get better. But our hope is that the Lord is in control, and he knows everything, and he has our whole lives mapped out from beginning to end, and he knows the ending, and he knows how everything's going to go. And we have to put our trust in that, and that is scary, but that brings me a lot of hope, because there is somebody way smarter than me up there handling my life, and I can trust that he loves me and cares for me, and that it's going to work out, even if it's not the way I wanted to or thought it would. So I just want to help you to realign what you put your hope in. I hope that you find your hope in the Lord, and that you learn to trust him even in the times that it may not seem like he's listening, but he is, and he loves you, and in his timing everything will make sense. And I've experienced that so many times in the past few years, that if things would have happened the way I wanted them to, when I had hoped for them, it would not have been the way it should have been. And I can look back and say, oh, that's why you didn't answer that prayer right then and there. Or that's why I didn't get to marry the boy that I prayed so hard for, because God had a plan for everything, and he knows, how things will turn out, and I don't have to worry about it. And that's one less thing I have to worry about. So as we start the first week of Advent, soon to be the second, I pray that you put your hope in the one who loves you and cares for you and knows everything about you and created you and blesses you with all things. So I will end it there. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching after my birthday, thank you all for your kind wishes and your happy birthdays and all that jazz. It was wonderful. So I will pray, and then we are done. So Jesus, I thank you for the hope that we have in you. I thank you for the fact that we don't have to know everything, and you have it all in your hands, and we don't have to worry. And when we are going through the hard times, Lord, and it feels like we're never going to make it out, or that things will never stop and it'll never get better, that we can put our hope and our faith in you, and that we can trust that you know what's ahead. And we just thank you and praise you for all the things that you've given us, all the blessings that you've provided for us. And as we go through this week, I pray for safe travels for my family who is visiting. And I am thankful that they are able to come and spend some time with us, because it has been forever since we've seen them. We love you, Lord, and I just pray over all of our friends who are watching. In your name I pray, amen. All right, guys, well, thanks so much, and I will talk to you all next week. Love you, bye.